Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new SkillCapped guide. I'm Carnage and today I'm going to be teaching you all how to get more kills in Valorant while still maximizing your chance to win. Hopefully after this video you will be able to pick up more kills but also win more of your games. And if you're serious about improving, then go to SkillCapped.com to unlock our hyper improvement system that will teach you how to win more gunfights, master your agent, and so much more. Backed by our rank improvement guarantee, you have nothing to lose. So come join over 500,000 satisfied members of SkillCapped, improve that KDA, and get the rank you've always wanted at SkillCapped.com, link in the description below. Now to start this video, I want to talk about the easiest way to quickly grab yourself some more kills, and it is with a very specific play style. This tactic that I'm talking about is simply playing as the second man and kind of baiting your teammates. I say kind of because there's a very fine line between blatantly baiting your teammates and playing as a second man. The second man is the player that goes in after the entry fragger. Commonly, this player will end up having the most kills because they have the info that the entry fragger got them. So, instead of running in first and trying to find the enemies, let your teammates be the first to run in and then capitalize on the information that they got you. A crucial part to this is making sure you don't just let your teammates run out and die and then do the same thing yourself. You need to make sure you can time it so that right when your teammate dies, you're able to trade that kill and kill the enemy that killed your teammate. If you let your teammate die and then after that you decide to push out, you're going to be put in the same exact position that they were in. The best way to learn this balance is simply by experimenting during your games. Try your best to play as the second man and then push in and learn from your mistakes. Another crucial part of this role is picking an agent that suits it well. If you decide to play an agent like Phoenix, you're expected to be the entry fragger, because his toolkit allows him to do that best. With this in mind, we should look for some agents that would be better at supporting our teammates. One of my favorite examples of this is Brimstone. For many reasons, Brimstone is one of the best agents to pick if you want to stay alive longer. One of the reasons is his smoke ability. You can wait and line up these smokes while in safety and then go in behind your teammates and use these smokes to your advantage. This will keep you alive and will let you help your team at the same time, all without baiting them. Go through some of the agents you enjoy playing and think about how you can play a little safer but also still be useful to your team. Moving on, we are going to quickly talk about, in my opinion, the most important tip of all, and this is Crosshair Placement. I know I talk about it in almost all of my improvement guides, but there is a reason I am so persistent with this tip. It is genuinely the easiest way to increase your kills, stay alive, and overall help your team win. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, let me explain. A lot of low elo players will place their crosshairs at about chest level against their opponents. Now, this isn't terrible, but it can be instantly improved simply by bringing your crosshair up to head level at all times. No matter what angle you're peeking or holding, you should keep your crosshair at head level. The only exception to this is if you either know the enemy is very low on health or if you are sniping. The reason we place our crosshair at head level is because it will kill the opponent much faster and will allow you to actually aim much easier. If your crosshair is already at head level, you only have to move horizontally to kill the opposing player with a headshot, rather than keeping it at chest level and then moving it horizontally and vertically to maximize that damage. Alright. I'm sure you're tired of me talking about crosshair placement now, so let's move on to something a little more fun. And even though it may not seem more fun, I promise it is. And I'm talking about positioning. Positioning is usually seen as just where people stand when they take fights, but you can actually use your positioning throughout the entire round to easily get yourself more kills. The best example of what I'm talking about here is on Haven C site. Holding C long is one of my absolute favorite things to do because of how many position changes I can do in such a short amount of time. For instance, you can start by peeking here, and then maybe you move on top of the box. Then maybe you want to decide to peek the side of the box. Now, maybe you want to re-peek something you already peeked, or even hold some weird off angle. Basically, just using this one box can give you such an advantage because you can change how and where you're peeking to surprise the enemy. This is a great way to get more kills because after you pick up one kill, you can then change your position and grab another. The attackers will not expect this, especially if you switch it up every single round. Doing this will allow you to get even more than just one kill a round, which is obviously a pretty good place to be. Also, keep in mind you can find places like this all over the map. It's not just Haven Seaside, so go and experiment with different angles, different sites, and change up your position. Next up, let's talk about another defensive strategy that is a great way to pick up free kills and is also a great way to switch up your playstyle. Instead of sitting back on the site you're defending, wait a little and see if there's any enemy presence or enemy pressure, and if there's not, flank through their spawn. This works great on every single map in the game right now, especially whenever you can get good at it. Going through the bomb site you're defending will let you catch the enemies off guard, and usually you can kill them before they even see you. This strategy only works a couple times a game before it gets predictable, but even in some of the higher ranked games that I've played, this has worked absolute wonders. Keep in mind, while you're flanking, if you end up dying, the bomb site you left is very weak, so do your best to safely push through. And take your time, because your life is crucial to your team's success during these rounds. Moving on, one of the biggest mistakes that I see players make while focusing on their kills is simply their lack of awareness. Often, when you are honed in on getting those kills, other things get blurred. For instance, the position of the rest of the enemy team might become meaningless to you once you find just one player. This is a terrible mistake that will get you killed and will also surprisingly decrease your kill count. Staying aware is obviously an important part of the game, but how can you do this while you're still trying to focus on improving your own gameplay? Well, I have two tips for you. The first is to try and get your team to communicate. It all starts with you, so make some callouts, make some small talk, see if you can get your teammates to make some calls on just what is going on the other side of the map. I know this is easier said than done, which is why my second tip for awareness is to keep an eye on your minimap. Your minimap holds a lot of very important information. It will show you the second your teammate sees an enemy and exactly where they're at. Use this information to not only call out to your other teammates where they're at, but also decide what the best course of action for you to do is. Maybe the best course of action for you is to rotate to the other bomb site. Well, that's perfect because it leads us straight into our next talking point, which is rotations. Rotations are equally as important on attack side as they are on defense. Learning when to rotate to the other bomb site is essential to getting yourself some more kills. Let's say, for instance, you realize your teammate has seen 3 enemies on B, but you're still on A. Well, instead of waiting for your teammates to die over on B, go ahead and take the initiative to head over there and support them before it gets too late. You might be wondering, how in the world is that going to get me more kills? Well, it's actually quite simple. The faster you're able to rotate, the more options you're going to have. A lot of times, if you can rotate in time, you have the choice of holding a certain angle, maybe pushing out, or even rotating back. Waiting to rotate, on the other hand, will force you into an uncomfortable position that I'm sure you don't want to be in. Let's move on and talk about another important part of getting kills, and that is map and agent knowledge. Simply going into custom games and learning every area of the map can be extremely useful. Also, try to learn different angles and off angles that you can use to get yourself more kills. Finally, learn lineups and setups for your main agent. On YouTube, you can find plenty of great guides on each agent's lineups and setups, and learning these can be super powerful, especially with certain agents like Cypher, Killjoy, or even Viper. Having set lineups that you can use to take sites and block off angles will minimize the number of angles you have to check. This will lead to you being alive longer, in turn getting you more kills. Alright, that is going to wrap up today's SkillCapped guide. We went over some of the best ways you are able to get yourself some more kills, and even explained how you all can win yourself more of those games. And remember, if you want to improve, win more gunfights, and get the rank you've always wanted, then check out SkillCapped.com, link in the description below. If you learned literally anything from this video, then consider dropping a like on it, and while you're down there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well, so that you can keep up with the best Valorant guides on YouTube. I hope you did enjoy this SkillCapped guide. I'm Carnage, and good luck, good half, and good game.